All right, moving right along to probably the most important fucking story of today's podcast. The Biden and the Democrat-controlled federal government is trying to censor your goddamn private speech.
You suck!
They're trying to get fucking cell phone companies and shit to censor your text messages and phone calls.
Winning.
No.
You suck!
We told you the censorship. These are acts of fucking war, and they need to be treated as such.
That's how winning is done.
But let's get into this article. Will private speech on text messages be censored in the U.S. to prevent misinformation about COVID-19? Like, who are you to give me or tell me what information about COVID-19 is or isn't misinformation? You're the government, not medical professionals. I'll go to my goddamn doctor.
Winning.
Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, according to the report in Political magazine, Biden-allied groups, including the Democrat National Committee, are planning to engage fact-checkers more aggressively and work with SMS carriers, text carriers, to dispel misinformation about vaccines that is sent over social media and text messages. Social media is already doing that shit. Or, in other words, the DNC is said to be planning to censor any misinformation about vaccines that private citizens receive privately over text messaging. So what does misinformation mean? Misinformation is not the same as false information. It's factually incorrect information. And we already went over yesterday that they don't even apply the fucking definition right. Because when I show you that Biden actually fucking said it with his own goddamn mouth and you call me misinformation, you're not legitimate. You're just trying to fucking censor people. And this is communist, fascist fuckery, Nazi level garbage that needs to end.
You suck!
Misinformation in the case seems to be anything the Biden information does not want people to know, including, for example, how effective the COVID vaccines actually are and what the potential side effects might be from taking them, says Tucker Carlson in his show Watch video. So let's say you're interested to find out some information and you look it up from the Biden's administration's own website. Let's say you start with the VAERS database, which records vaccine harm. You would no longer be allowed to text what you find on their databases and other people in the United States. Your private conversations would be controlled by the Democratic National Committee.
Winning.
No.
The fucking Democratic Party of the United States of America is trying to usurp supreme control over your private communications.
Winning.
No.
You suck!
You're fired.
If it's not time to do something about this, I don't know when is. If a government can be discussion on the drugs they are making people take, what can they do? And why are they doing this now? What are they expanding censorship of conversation about the pandemic as pandemic recedes, asked Carl. Yeah, it's getting fucking, people are vaccinated, like, what the fuck? When the fuck does this Nazi fuckery end?
You suck!
The censorship advocates see things differently. The Biden administration is casting conservative opponents of its COVID-19 vaccine campaign as dangerous and extreme, adopting a more aggressive political posture in an attempt to maneuver through the public health conundrum, political rights, and as a feature of July 12th. According to the reading, the White House has decided to hit back harder on misinformation and scare tactics after Republican lawmakers and conservative activists pledged to fight the administrative seat plan to go door to door to increase vaccination rates. The pushback will include directly calling out social media platforms, and conservative news shows that they promote such tactics. The big misinterpretation that Fox News or whoever else is saying is that they are essentially envisioning a bunch of federal workers knocking on your door telling you that you got to go do something that you don't want to do. Anthony Fauci, President Biden, Chief of Medical Advisor, said in an interview on Sunday. That's absolutely not the case. Then why'd you call it a fucking strike force? The fucking press secretary called it a fucking strike force. It's trusted messages who are a part of its community doing that, not government officials, so that's where I think the disconnect is. And you said strike force. That's where the fucking disconnect is. Strike force implies force. Period.
You suck!
Fauci took some of the messaging the Sunday to cable show news media, including underscoring the idea that door-to-door vaccination efforts are an attempt to remove barriers to access the 99.5% of deaths due to COVID are among people who are unvaccinated. Those data kind hit you're right between the eyes, Fauci said, as a fatality. Most diseases that have vaccinations, most of the dead are people among the unvaccinated. People have denied vaccines for myriad of reasons, like fucking religion and shit, for fucking hundreds and since the fucking technology has been instituted. You don't have this fucking government level fuckery power, and it needs to be fucking end. Beyond Fauci's press secretary, Jen Pulaski has pushed back on Georgia's Republican rep, Majority Taylor Greene, who compared the administration's vaccine campaign to Nazis. You are fucking Nazis.
Winning.
No.
You suck.
You're trying to censor private fucking speech. You are a fucking Nazi.
You suck.
Jeff Zients, the White House's COVID response director, rebuked Republican Missouri Governor Mike Parson, I'm not even fucking Republican. I don't even like them. But they're right. You are a motherfucking Nazi. Who contended falsely in a tweet that government agents were going door to door to compel vaccinations. That's what you said, strike force. Like I said, that implies fucking force. Biden ally groups, including the Democratic National Committee, are also planning to engage fact checkers more aggressively. Work the SMS carrier to dispel misinformation. They want you to fuck. They want them to censor your goddamn text messages, your private fucking messages.
Winning? No.
This is out of fucking control. We cannot allow this type of shit to continue. At all costs, at any cost, at every cost.
That's how winning is done.
We should fight this until every last American man or woman is fucking dead.
That's how winning is done.
This goal is to ensure that people who may have difficulty getting a vaccine because of issues like transportation see those barriers lessened or removed entirely, writes Politico. We are steadfastly committed to keeping politics out of the effort to get every American vaccinated so that we can save lives and help our economy further recover, White House spokesperson Kevin Munoz said. When we see deliberate efforts to spread misinformation, we view that as an impediment to the country's public health, and we will not shy away from calling that out.
You suck.
No, people have been not vaccinating for fucking ever.
You suck.
What makes this one different? Nothing. Absolutely fucking nothing. The pushback has changed, but I have my body, my choice. Fuck off.
You suck.
That's between me and my doctor. The pushback has changed, and like you don't have no right to private my fucking look at or fucking censor my private fucking messages. That's between me and who I'm fucking messaging.
You
suck. The pushback has change of tone and approach from earlier this year when the White House often chooses to ignore its most vocal conservative critics out of the desire not to elevate them. And his tacit acknowledgement that July 4th goal of 70% vaccination nationwide was overly optimistic. It's not naive. And it underscores the two realities are setting in. It is. There's two desperate realities setting in. There's the Democrat crazy fucking bullshit fucking fantasy land. And then there's fucking reality.
You suck.
You guys are fucking Nazis. And you need to stop with your Nazi level fuckery. Because this is an act of war. I'm just fucking saying.